Hi, welcome to C programming tutorial. This tutorial is part of the huge collection of C programming tutorials that cover pretty much all the aspects of C programming. I would highly recommend it. If you haven't watched the previous tutorials, you should do so. If you can click on a link in the description and possibly on the screen of this video, it will take you to the playlist of all the tutorials in this series. And if you're on Facebook or something, please become a fan of this page by clicking on the Become a Fan button on the top. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's get started. In our last tutorial, we learned about the conditions and the if statement, different forms of if statements, etc. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the loops. How to do something repeatedly. So a lot of time your requirement is such that you really want to do the same thing over and over again, maybe with like different variable values or something, but you have to do the same thing again and again. And for this we use loops. Let's take an example. So suppose you have to write a name of I don't know, like this name, the name of this channel. On the screen. Okay, this basically does it. It's what it's going to do is basically going to print this learnorama on the screen. If I have to print this say 3 times, what I could do is to basically type this message 3 times, or maybe just copy paste it 3 times. Okay, and this should do it. If I compile and if I run it, you will see that it basically prints this message 3 times on the screen, as you can see here. What if I have to do it 10 times? So I could basically replicate it 10 times, and 20 times, 100 times. I mean, I could replicate it as many times as I want. But this is not a good program. The program just keeps on getting larger and larger with with the same line of code again and again showing up. So that's not good programming. So for this we have something called loops. So what the first kind of loop, there are different ways you can create loops in C. First one is basically, let's start with the while loop. The while loop has a construct like this. So while followed by the condition. This condition is the same kind of condition that we use in if statement, and then followed by the statement. What does it do? It basically runs this statement, executes this statement as many continue to execute again and again until this condition actually fails. So if the condition is true, for as long as this condition remains true, it will just continue to print these statements. Now again, as I said, just like in if statement, we just showed we just wrote one line statement, but what it means is that if you have multiple lines, what you will have to do is to basically put them in the braces like this. So statement 1, statement 2, and so on. So all these statements get executed when the condition is true, and once they're all executed, it goes back and evaluates this condition again, and if this is still true, it executes this again. And once it's done with executing it again, what it does, it goes back and evaluates this condition again, and then it executes these statements one more time, until it keeps on doing this until this condition becomes false, and then it exits. Now for the condition to become false or change, it is important that one of these statements, at least one of these statements, changes something in that condition, some variable or something. So if I have something like this, while x is greater than 2, and then I have x is equal to 10, or x is equal to x minus 1. Okay, and suppose that I define x as int x equal to 20. So what's going to happen? It's going to declare a variable x and initialize it to 20. So the value of x is 20, and then it comes here. It says while x is greater than 2. So is x is greater than 2? Yes, x is greater than 2. So what is it going to do? It's going to go into the body of this while. This is called the body of this while, which in this particular example only has one statement. It will go inside it, and then it will try to execute, and then it will execute it. After it executes this thing, what's going to happen? The value of x is going to become 19, because it basically decrements the value of x by 1. So after it's done executing its body, which is only one statement, it goes back and it checks to see, is x still greater than 2? And the answer is yes, the value of x is still greater than 2. So this condition is still true. So it executes it again, and then it becomes 18, and then it goes back up, evaluates the condition. The condition is still true because the x is greater than 2. It goes down to 17, and so on until the value of x is going to become equal to 2 after decrementing 1 at a time. And then it will go up, and then it will compare this. X is greater than 2? The answer is no. So it will skip and start executing the lines here. Obviously, this is just a statement, right? This is just a syntax. It's not a valid statement here. But whatever statements are here at this point, it will basically start executing those statements. So this is how the while loop works. Obviously, this while loop here is pretty stupid while loop. I mean, it's not doing anything here for us. But just to teach you what it does. It's a very good thing. The point is that, look at this condition here, x is greater than 2, and look at this body. The body of while statement is actually modifying the value of x. It has to modify it. If it doesn't modify it, then the condition here is never going to be false, because it's not going to change. If it's not going to change, then first time it was true, it will remain true forever, because it will keep on executing this, because these statements are not changing the value of x. If they are not changing the value, in this particular example it is. So if these statements are not changing the value of x, then this condition will never become false. And what does that mean? These statements will execute again and again and again and again forever. They will never stop. So this program will never stop. So this is very important, that your while statement, the body, basically changes the value, unless you really want the program to execute forever. Which you may want that to happen sometimes also, but that's unusual. That's not normal. Anyway, so this covers the while statement. We will continue this lecture in the next tutorial. Please make sure that you subscribe to this channel and rate this video 5 stars if you like the tutorial. We'll continue this while loop in the next tutorial, and we'll do some more practical examples. Thank you so much.